Here is the English translation of the provided Chinese text. Briefing on multiple articles, November 27, 2024. 1. Latest developments from Trump's transition team *. Trump has nominated Dr. Bhattacharya, a physician and economist from Stanford University, to serve as the director of the National Institutes of Health, NIH. Trump has also nominated Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as the Secretary of Health and Human Services, with both aiming to reform the NIH to address health challenges facing the United States. 2. New York Times report *. Trump criticized the New York Times for biased reporting over the years and demanded an apology. The New York Times responded by stating that, as an independent news organization, it seeks to report the truth and does not target any individual. The paper also fact-checked RFK Jr.'s claims regarding differences in Froot Loops ingredients, which sparked controversy. 3. Middle East peace process *. President Biden claimed that the ceasefire agreement in Lebanon could create breakthroughs for negotiations in Gaza. Analysts believe that the situations in Gaza and Lebanon differ, as Hamas still holds some negotiating power, and Netanyahu may find it difficult to make compromises domestically. 4. Legal disputes *. The New York Times and other media outlets have sued OpenAI for copyright infringement, and lawyers are reviewing OpenAI's training data. Unexpectedly, OpenAI accidentally deleted a significant amount of work produced by the lawyers, creating major obstacles for the investigation. Overall, these articles cover various hot topics, including personnel arrangements within Trump's transition team, the conflict between the New York Times and Trump, the Middle East peace process, and legal disputes between media and tech companies, reflecting the dynamic changes in American politics, diplomacy, and technology. Briefing on the rise of online lottery games and regulatory challenges, November 27, 2024. Summary *. 1. Online lottery games have rapidly gained popularity, attracting over 1 million American players monthly, with revenues reaching $6 billion in 2023. These games operate under the guise of prize draws, but are essentially illegal online gambling. 2. These games are run by overseas companies and are unregulated, lacking protections for minors and problem gamblers. They heavily target young users through celebrity endorsements. 3. The traditional gambling industry and some state governments have begun to take action, accusing these games of violating laws and demanding their cessation. However, no court has made a final ruling yet, leaving regulation in a gray area. 4. This emerging online lottery game poses new risks to society, necessitating prompt action from the government and regulatory bodies to close loopholes and protect consumer interests. The industry should also proactively embrace regulation to standardize its development. Briefing content *. On November 27, 2024, The Wall Street Journal reported the following. 1. Trump's newly nominated Treasury Secretary Scott Bessinger has previously collaborated with the Soros Fund on high-risk investment transactions such as shorting the pound, which is considered a significant part of his professional experience. 2. Trump's newly established Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, is considering cutting federal jobs, raising widespread concerns among federal employees. Some employees are updating their resumes and expanding their networks in anticipation of potential layoffs. 3. While improving government efficiency is a widely accepted goal, the DOGE's requirement for federal employees to return to the office has sparked opposition among staff. 4. Some federal employees expressed that the DOGE leadership lacks the tribal knowledge of relevant departments, making it difficult to propose feasible reform plans. They worry that DOGE's reforms may undermine the core functions of government departments. 5. Federal employees are generally concerned that DOGE's reforms could lead to mass layoffs, especially for long-serving employees who fear they may be among the first to be cut. In summary, the DOGE's reform plans have raised widespread concerns among federal employees about the potential impact on their jobs and rights, prompting them to take various countermeasures. The article highlights this important information and succinctly summarizes the core content. Briefing on technology-driven product innovation and iteration. 1. Key to innovation *. Companies should cultivate innovative R&D teams and encourage an entrepreneurial mindset. Fully utilize customer data to understand needs and customize personalized products. 2. AI technology empowering R&D *. Generative AI can quickly produce ideas and design solutions. Simulation testing can accelerate product validation and optimization. Digital twin technology can simulate the entire lifecycle of products. 3. Collaboration tools enhancing R&D efficiency *. Knowledge management and collaboration software strengthen team cooperation. Functions like patent searches ensure compliance in R&D. 4. Future outlook *. Quantum technology is expected to further enhance modeling capabilities in materials and chemical processes. Quantum sensors are anticipated to achieve breakthrough applications in multiple fields. In conclusion, companies should leverage data and cutting-edge technologies like AI, foster an innovative culture, and optimize the entire R&D process to accelerate product innovation and iteration, maintaining market competitiveness. Briefing on climate change crisis, COP29 agreements fall short but show small progress. The agreements reached at COP29 are far below expectations but still represent a small step forward. While the agreement achieved some results on key issues like climate financing, it is insufficient to address the increasingly severe climate crisis. The waning political will of some developed countries and the obstruction by nations like Saudi Arabia have exacerbated the difficulties of negotiations. Meanwhile, scientific evidence shows that the climate system is at a tipping point, and without more decisive action, irreversible catastrophic consequences will ensue. Romanian presidential election *. Far-right independent candidate Karen Georgescu won the first round of voting, which could undermine the country's pro-Western stance and support for Ukraine, introducing uncertainty into the European geopolitical landscape. His rise reflects the trend of populist forces leveraging emerging channels like social media to gain support amid economic uncertainty. International Criminal Court charges against Israel and Hamas *. The International Criminal Court has issued arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu and Hamas military commanders, marking a historic milestone. This not only challenges Israel's long-standing immunity privilege but also tests the international community's resolve to enforce international law and uphold humanitarian legal standards. UK National Health Service staffing issues *. The role of physician assistants, PAs, is rapidly expanding within the UK NHS, raising safety concerns and public perception issues. The Labour government plans a comprehensive assessment to reshape NHS staffing structures over the next decade, balancing the roles of various professional categories. This reflects the public sector's necessity to adopt stopgap measures in response to staffing shortages and the challenges of appropriately allocating various professionals while ensuring safety. Overall, these articles address multiple areas, including climate change, geopolitical dynamics, international legal standards, and public service system reforms, reflecting the complexity and urgency of current global challenges that require collective efforts to address increasingly severe situations. Briefing on the stories behind Time's series of reports. 1. Time and the Sunday Times are committed to fearlessly reporting the truth, which often means facing various difficulties and challenges, such as reporters receiving death threats and legal disputes. 2. These independently produced short films showcase the efforts, struggles, and courage of journalists in reporting significant news, which are often overshadowed by the reports themselves. 3. These behind-the-scenes stories are not only compelling but also highlight the professionalism and resilience of journalists. 4. These reports have changed the course of history, reflecting Time and the Sunday Times' commitment to truth and their fearless journalistic philosophy. In summary, these behind-the-scenes reports vividly illustrate the working conditions and professional ethics of outstanding journalists, deserving of our reflection and respect. Briefing on multiple articles, November 27, 2024. 1. Comedian Jason Manford plays a principal in the BBC series Waterloo Road, where the original plot involved a romance with a female teacher in her 20s. However, Manford requested a rewrite, arguing that such an age gap relationship is inappropriate in today's society. Ultimately, his character ends up in a relationship with a restaurant worker in her 40s. 2. Russian President Putin claims that Russia's newly developed Oak medium-range ballistic missile reaches speeds of Mach 11, making it impossible for existing air defense systems to intercept. However, experts believe this claim is exaggerated, as countries like the US and Israel already possess some capability to intercept such hypersonic missiles. 3. Mark Allera, head of consumer business at BT Group, is set to leave, which may trigger personnel changes at the top of the telecommunications industry. During his tenure at BT, Allera successfully advanced broadband business and completed the divestment of BT Sport. Overall, these articles cover dynamics in the entertainment industry, military technology, and the business sector, reflecting some of the current hot topics in society. The content is rich and informative, with the briefing aiming to highlight the most valuable information points while maintaining a concise summary of the entire text. Briefing on Colombia's economy amid commodity price fluctuations, November 27, 2024. 1. Opportunities and challenges from rising coffee and gold prices *. Coffee prices have reached a record high not seen in over half a century, primarily due to droughts and frosts in Brazil. This presents growth opportunities for Colombia's coffee industry, but may also lead to social issues. Gold prices have risen by 40% over the past year, stimulating the development of Colombia's mining and quarrying sectors. However, this has also brought adverse social impacts, such as child labor. 2. Risks of a commodity-dependent economy *. President Petro has consistently called for industrial development to reduce reliance on commodity exports, but progress has been limited. The rise in oil prices from 2022 to 2023 has provided some breathing room for the state-owned oil company Ecopetrol, yet this reliance on commodities remains risky. 3. Seeking new export growth points *. Scholars believe Colombia needs to find an export matrix based on high value-added activities rather than relying on raw material exports. The potential of sectors like tourism and agriculture is being highlighted, but achieving investment and growth requires additional supportive conditions. In summary, fluctuations in commodity prices present both opportunities and challenges for Colombia's economy, underscoring the urgency to break free from dependence on raw material exports. Colombia needs to seek new growth points to achieve economic transformation in the future. Briefing on Angela Merkel's autobiography, November 27, 2024. Freedom, Memoirs 1954-2021 is Angela Merkel's memoir written after she stepped down as Germany's chancellor. This book chronicles her extraordinary journey from growing up in East Germany to becoming the chancellor of a unified Germany for 4 terms, as well as her responses to crises such as the Eurozone debt crisis and Trump's threats to withdraw from NATO. The article points out that Merkel's resilience and caution largely stem from her unique upbringing. Growing up in East Germany, she learned to express her true thoughts cautiously. After the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989, she quickly rose to become the first female leader of the Christian Democratic Union and chancellor. Although Merkel faced criticism regarding her approach to Russia and the refugee crisis, the article argues that her actions were not one-off mistakes. Instead, she endeavored to safeguard Germany's interests and values amid a challenging geopolitical environment. Merkel's autobiography provides valuable insights into her political journey and offers lessons for the challenges faced by democratic nations today. In summary, this autobiography vividly records Merkel's remarkable journey from an East German scientist to a leader of the free world, providing readers with an opportunity to gain a deeper understanding of this former German chancellor. Briefing on the Süddeutsche Zeitung investigation report, November 27, 2024. Key points *. 1. Starting in the 2023-24 academic year, product ratings will shift from a 1 to 5 Likert scale to a 1 to 6 grading scale. 2. The Trip Trap Children's High Chair from stock is well designed to adjust as children grow, allowing them to better integrate into family life. 3. The play People's Citizens reflects concerns about the rise of right-wing populism in Germany through the fictional Democratic Alliance Party. The party leader, Dominic Arndt, exhibits a mix of moderate rhetoric and extreme right characteristics, suggesting that constitutional democracy may also be undermined at the political center. 4. Süddeutsche Zeitung offers various secure and reliable reporting channels, including the SecureDrop encrypted communication system, encrypted emails, and encrypted messaging apps, to protect the privacy and information security of whistleblowers. Summary *. This report covers changes in product rating standards, children's furniture design, German political dynamics, and media reporting channels, providing rich content and substantial information that includes specific product information and in-depth analysis of social hot topics, offering readers comprehensive and objective reporting. Briefing on G7 Foreign Ministers Meeting and International Sports Organization Dynamics, November 27, 2024. 1. G7 Foreign Ministers Meeting *. G7 countries issued a joint statement adopting a divide-and-rule approach to address current global challenges, raising over 30 concerns regarding China. The statement addresses China's internal issues concerning Taiwan, Xinjiang, Tibet, and Hong Kong, and accuses China of actions in trade and regional security. The statement reflects the G7 countries' double standards, emphasizing the need for constructive and stable relations with China while also adopting a critical stance. 2. International Sports Organization Dynamics *. World Athletics President Sebastian Coe stated that if elected as the president of the International Olympic Committee, IOC, he would prioritize establishing clear policies for female participation to protect women's sports. Coe believes the IOC should more broadly incorporate the opinions of various stakeholders and develop more inclusive policies for Russia's return to the Olympics. Coe welcomed more countries and regions to bid for the Olympics, including Saudi Arabia and India, to attract more young people to participate in sports. In summary, this briefing focuses on the divergences and double standards of the G7 Foreign Ministers meeting and the leadership changes within international sports organizations, reflecting the complexity of the current international landscape. Briefing on the Israel-Lebanon conflict ceasefire proposal, November 27, 2024. A U.S.-led ceasefire proposal is awaiting a response from the Israeli government. The proposal is mediated by senior Biden administration official Amos Hochstein. EU Foreign Policy Chief Borrell has urged the Israeli government to accept the U.S. ceasefire proposal and continue to apply pressure on Lebanon. Previously, Hezbollah fired rockets at Israel, which retaliated with airstrikes on Beirut, resulting in at least 29 deaths. The exchanges have displaced over 1 million Lebanese people. Israel claims its invasion of Lebanon aims to ensure the safe return of 10,000 residents from northern Israel. Israeli media reports that Netanyahu has convened a security cabinet meeting, with indications that Israel is working towards a ceasefire agreement, although some issues remain unresolved. In summary, the U.S.-led ceasefire proposal is awaiting Israel's final response, with all parties striving through diplomatic negotiations to end the prolonged Israel-Lebanon conflict. Briefing on Malaysia's former Prime Minister Najib and former Finance Minister's corruption charges, November 27, 2024. Former Malaysian Prime Minister Najib and former Finance Minister Muhammad Irwan were accused of corruption in the 1MDB scandal, but ultimately received a not guilty verdict. Analysts point out that the prosecution's failure to timely provide key documents to the defense reflects incompetence within the Attorney General's office, raising public concerns about the independence of the prosecution. Singapore and Malaysia have agreed to continue sharing information and cooperating on ecological protection and water quality monitoring in the Johor Strait. Both governments are concerned about the pressures from aquaculture and land reclamation projects on the strait. Singapore recently launched a plan to better balance aquaculture development with environmental protection. Taiwan's Olympic boxing gold medalist Lin Yuting was scheduled to participate in a boxing event in the UK, but the event organizers raised questions about her gender eligibility, leading her to withdraw from the competition. The Taiwanese government stated it would actively defend Lin's right to compete. Additionally, South Korean authorities discovered that children's clothing from Chinese fast fashion brands Temu and AliExpress contain toxic substances up to 622 times the legal limit, including phthalates, lead, and cadmium. This has raised concerns about the safety of products from these brands. Overall, these reports cover hot topics across politics, environment, and sports, reflecting the attitudes and actions of countries in the region in response to various challenges. The briefing comprehensively summarizes the core information of the articles and highlights the most valuable points. Briefing on the severe air pollution crisis in Delhi, November 27, 2024. Key information points *. 1. Delhi is experiencing severe air pollution, with AQI levels reaching 450, leading to reduced visibility and widespread symptoms of coughing and sneezing among the public. 2. In response to the pollution, schools have resumed online classes, and many office workers are choosing to work from home. However, for those unable to work from home, this situation poses significant challenges to daily life. 3. Air purifiers, as a countermeasure, have limited effectiveness. Experts point out that air purifiers are most effective in enclosed indoor spaces and require regular maintenance and filter replacement. However, even with purifiers, the pollution feels more intense once stepping outside. 4. In addition to using purifiers, experts recommend other measures such as keeping doors and windows closed, regular vacuuming, and reducing the use of chemical cleaners. However, these measures do not fundamentally resolve the issue. 5. Some respondents indicated that severe air pollution has affected their quality of life, considering temporarily leaving the city. They also call for the government to take stronger measures and invest in relevant technologies to effectively address the problem. Summary *. The air pollution issue in Delhi is severe, significantly impacting the lives and health of local residents. Currently, measures such as using air purifiers can only provide limited relief, and fundamental solutions require stronger government action. Briefing on the persecution of Rohingya in Myanmar and the ICC's pursuit of accountability, November 27, 2024. Key points *. 1. The International Criminal Court, ICC, prosecutor has requested an international arrest warrant for Myanmar's military leader Min Aung Hlaing, accusing him of committing crimes against humanity against the Rohingya from 2016 to 2017. 2. The ICC states that Min Aung Hlaing, as the highest leader of Myanmar's military government, is responsible for large-scale killings, torture, rape, and arson. 3. This is the ICC's first arrest warrant issued against a senior official from Myanmar. The prosecutor stated that this is just the beginning, with more applications expected in the future. 4. The International Court of Justice, ICJ, also initiated a genocide case against Myanmar in 2022, gaining support from multiple countries. 5. Meanwhile, ICC has also issued arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu and Hamas leaders, accusing them of war crimes and crimes against humanity. Summary *. The international community is pursuing legal avenues to hold the Myanmar military and other parties accountable in hopes of delivering justice for the Rohingya. This process is ongoing, and more related actions are expected in the future. This translation aims to maintain the original meaning and context while ensuring fluency and coherence in English.